93.5 KDay Morning Show. Romeo holding it down. Lloyd in the building. And before we even sat down, what up?
Oh,
Yo, let's get him. Man,
what's up, my dog?
Before we talk about what's happening now, you know what tells me that God has blessed me in so many ways, Lloyd?
What's that?
Every time someone come in, I get to go back and have a story to tell. And Universal, Big Paul.
Big Paul. What up, Big Paul?
Watch it to KDay when we were there back in the day, right? Doing our thing, man.
They don't call him Big Paul for nothing, right?
You know what I'm saying? Because he made things
Big
happen,
Paul.
right?
Yeah, in a lot of ways.
Man, it was such an amazing time meeting you for the first time. Actually, we all went bowling, like to Pins, like somewhere in Studio City or something.
Yeah.
It was a dope time, man.
Yeah.
And you still doing your thing.
Yeah, man. You know how I know I'm blessed?
How's that?
Because I woke up this morning.
Come on.
And I'm surrounded by good people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Absolutely.
I'm doing something that I really, truly love.
Yeah. And you do it well, bro. You do.
Thanks. I think that's why. If people believe that I do it well, that's why, because I love it, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
When you hit the stage, like you give your all. You always do. Every time I see you, never let the crowd down. So I props to you for that.
Yeah, man, that's probably like the one place I feel most comfortable, surprisingly,
Really?
is on stage, yeah.
All right, what about when you in the studio, like actually recording the record? Like, what's that moment? Like, is it a little pressure of getting the job done?
No, that's the freest, I feel. That's the probably the most enjoyable of all experiences, because, you know, it's no pressure.
Yeah.
It's no pressure. I could play my son's toys in the track if I want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just play around with it, so which I did on the album.
That's dope.
Yeah, so.
All right, well, let's talk about this new album, man. What's it called? Let them know what's going on with it, Lloyd.
All right. So 5 years later, right?
Yeah.
He's back.
Took
new
a little time.
Yeah, sometimes you love something so much you got to stop doing it for a little while.
Got to take a step back.
Yeah.
I get it.
So I put together a collection of material. It's called TRU, right? The lead single is TRU, which came out about 1.5 years ago. Recently went platinum. So big shout out to all the followers and listeners out there.
Yeah.
Second single is called Caramel, which is out right now. You know, it's us with the smooth melody over the bass beats.
Yeah.
And then it's also got tracks like Infinity, which features my son, River. Lil Sis, which is a letter I wrote to my lost sister back in 92. And Blown, which is about how I think, you know, marijuana should be legal everywhere. Straight up.
Talk to them, Lloyd. Let them know.
Yeah, straight up.
Legalize it all across the country.
Yeah, man. I wish Georgia would catch up, man. But we
they might be a little late on it, man. But
Yeah,
they catch up on a lot of other things, man.
Yeah.
I was in ATL not too long ago, man. But I love that city, love going there. But congratulations on what you still doing, not been doing, but what you still doing, Lloyd. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
And,
thank you.
So, hey, you had some other special guests on there, like was Lil Wayne, Rick Ross.
Got a couple cats on there, man.
Right,
you know, some of the homies, Spitter.
Okay.
You know, Currency from New Orleans.
Yeah.
Wheezy from New Orleans.
Yep.
Ross, who I was a part of his first album, Port of Miami. You know, he in Atlanta now, so.
Oh, you living there now?
Yeah. So we shot over to the crib, shot a video for a track called Heavenly Body, which is online right now. Check that out. 7 Streeter, we did a dope duet. It's called My Bestie.
Yeah.
And my son, River. And the Spelman Women's Choir also, which is on Lil Sis.
Yeah. You stay working, man. I mean, you're a musician, you're a singer, you're the full package. And how do you look at it now? Like, obviously, back in the day when you came to the station, you were doing some things with labels. Are you more driven for the independent movement? Do you think this is the best thing for music now? What do you think?
Well, it's always been about the people that I'm working with. I mean, I'm just a vessel pretty much for a lot of people's sacrifice.
Okay.
You know, and being independent, it definitely means that you have to be more present, you know, and more responsible with how you move around, with how you spend your money.
True, yeah.
But it's still, you're still dependent on the people who you're working with, maybe more so than ever. And I will say that it has taught me a valuable lesson, and that lesson is that the power of each person. You know, each person matters, each person has a role, and each person's role is to be respected, you know, and it's those relationships that you usually tend to rely on more so than ever as an independent artist. So my first record that broke true really was a testament to relationships, you know, out in the Bay, my partner Big Von and them, you know, down south, Greg Street, and, you know, the fam, New Orleans, Wild Wayne, you know, so just that kind of deal, man. And, you know, music is such a different game now, so it's direct to the fans. I mean, cut the middleman out, cut the red tape out, make some good music, and give it to them.
And you are spot on, because most artists that come through saying doing it this way, like when you with a label, there's people that's getting paid to work for you, but sometimes they may not put in 100% because they're not part of your true circle.
Yeah, well, my circle has always pretty much been independent. We always been a real tight-knit, same production crew since Southside.
Wow.
It was only one time that I veered off and tried to expand the circle. That was for album Lessons in Love. Yeah. And that's when I put out my worst record. And then after that, I resorted back to the circle.
You said, let me go back to what was working. Yeah,
absolutely. And that was like the greatest lesson I ever learned. So I always kept the circle small. I always kind of been true to, the neighborhood, the homies. And, man, I mean, it's ain't nothing changed.
And the title True just says it all. I mean, you true to what you've always been.
Yeah.
And that's why you still doing your thing in the game. So I got to respect that. Lloyd hanging out with Romeo here on the west side. LA, you know what's up. Let's talk about some past relationships. Can we talk about Irv Gotti?
Yeah.
What was the past situation with that? Where is that at now? Like, let's speak on that.
Yeah, well, Irv was a mentor of mine. And he actually, the reason why I actually decided to do a deal with Irv, because I had another deal on the table with Reid. At the exact same time. Ooh. I actually flew to New York to meet with LA for a second time.
How hard was it to make that decision?
And when I met Irv, it actually wasn't hard at all, because when I saw Irv, I saw something that I should strive to be one day, and I was only 17.
Yeah.
I had just did a little time in the county jail at home. So I was kind of like all over the place.
Yeah.
And when I met with Irv, I brought him some music that I had did with my homies. And the first thing he said was, man, you did this on your own. He was like, that's what we all about. We all about people that write their own music. Ashanti write her own music, Ja write his own music. You would be no different. And for me, I thought that was a beautiful responsibility to inherit at an early age. A lot of cats, they come in the game, they mold it. You got to do what's in the system for you to do. But me, I kind of never had those restraints. So I had a lot of love for Irv, and over the years, any two creative alphas, they butt heads.
Right.
So we start having little creative differences. But I think this is the year that we put all that shit behind us.
Yeah, and it gets to that point. Like I said, there's a time where you have to let it go.
Yeah.
And you come back saying, you did a lot for me during that time.
Yeah.
I know we went through some shit, but here we are now. Let's move forward.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big ups for
So
that,
big shout out to them. I actually tour with John and Ashanti quite often.
Yeah.
Last time I was in LA for a show, I was with them.
I believe it's at the Shrine. I think that's when it went down. I think so.
Yeah. So that was dope. Yeah.
And it's good to see them still doing it too, man. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, a lot of people go through certain things in their personal life over the years, but it's all about coming back to what you love and fighting through that.
Yeah. I mean, people ask me a lot, like, what does it take to be a successful artist or have a long career? Really, I don't know. I guess the first thing is to admit that you don't know everything, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So you stay humble, stay learning. But for real, man, it's just kind of reminding yourself that today is not tomorrow. So the trials and tribulations of the day doesn't necessarily define, your tomorrow. And things usually come around for people when they keep their toes in, so just got to stay down, man.
Yeah, that is so true, man.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the situation when you went on the set with Ice Cube for Fist Fight, right?
Yeah.
At a school, had a conversation with a principal, and it escalated and turned to something else. How dope is it? That's like a testimony too, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Let's talk about that.
Yeah. That was kind of crazy, man. I went to visit my auntie Kim Whitley.
Okay.
And Auntie Kim, if you're listening, I love you. And I went to go chill with her. I was having lunch with her, and the school that they was filming in was an abandoned school that was next door to the school whose facility they was using for lunch and catering.
Gotcha.
So during lunch and catering, I'm sitting down with everybody. We, chilling, cracking jokes, laughing, having a good time. And in walks some guy with a suit on, and he says hey to Kim and hey to everybody. And so I just casually asked him, hey, what do you do? And he says, oh, I'm the principal of this adult learning education center that you eat lunch in right now. And I said, you know what? That's funny because I've been really thinking about getting my GED. And he says to me, if you're serious, come see me this Thursday at 8:30 in the morning.
Right.
He was like, if you're really serious, I'll be here waiting on you at 8:30.
Okay.
If you're not, then I'll know when you don't show up. You know what I
Wow.
mean?
Right.
So I was there like 8:20 waiting on him.
Wow. So you was there before he
Yeah,
was.
yeah. And when he walked into the office, he was like, "Okay, I see what you want to do."
Put it in motion, the rest is history. It happened.
Yeah, and it was dope for me because it gave me an opportunity to strip my pride away, which kind of led me to be able to create a song like TRU. I mean, every day I was in the classroom and kids was walking up to me, you know, left and right, like, what are you doing here? Oh, is this what I think it is? Like, you know, aren't you supposed to be out on tour somewhere or spending all this money? And I'm just like, man, I'm just trying to get it together like you know what I mean? And
Man.
then I gained a lot of new friendships and respect through them, I think, and for them also. So
That says a lot about you as a man to do that. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? You know, you put pride to the side and you handle your business.
yeah, and that was dope, man. My mama cried at my, my graduation.
Yeah.
It was dope, man. My niece and everybody's, it was dope, man. Yeah.
Hey, it's happy to hear that, man. I'm glad to hear that for sure,
Yeah,
man.
thanks, man.
It's funny how things happen and fall into place, and that's why when you show up at a place, things happen for a reason. That moment,
Yeah.
they could be life change or take you down a different road.
Yeah, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah,
no
man.
doubt.
Now you think about the time when we first came out doing your R&B. There's a lot of cats out there doing their thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we love to play this game called Assed Out. So we're gonna say Lloyd is putting together this concert to raise money, but you get to pick your lineup. All right. So say I come to you. Let me know if you with it, and you let me know who gets to be on the show, who does not. You down?
This is a dirty game, man.
It's a dirty game,
It's a
but
dirty
everybody
game.
plays it to come through, Lloyd.
All right.
All right, here we go. Mario or Neo? Who gets to go on concert with you? Who's asked out?
Well,
And the good thing is we got you thinking already, so that's a beautiful thing.
I think one of the dopest vocalists of my generation has always been Mario.
Okay.
Just hands down, you take the music away,
Yeah.
you just tell him go. I think Mario is no doubt he gonna do his thing.
He came through not too long ago, and that dude is still killing it, man.
Yeah.
So I'm excited when I see both of y'all still out there shining, and if
Yeah.
they put y'all on the same card together at a concert, I already know what it'll be.
Yeah,
You know,
no.
no disrespect to Neo, a hell of a writer does this thing, but you're right.
Yeah, he the man too, but
Okay.
I like Baltimore, so I'm gonna go with Mario.
Mario in the building. Jay Holiday or Bobby V?
Jay or
Who's on the
Bob?
lineup? Who's getting asked out? All in fun and games.
Well, it depends on if Jay's been drinking. And depending on what Bob got on that day.
So we flipping the coin. It's
Yeah, we
50-50.
gonna flip the coin on that one, man. Nah, man, that's both my partners, man.
Yeah.
I'd probably go with Bob, man.
Okay, so Bob
You know
is
what I
going
mean?
to
'Cause
roll.
ain't nothing like hearing
What, slow down?
Slow
which one?
Down, or maybe he might go into some old Mister. You know what I mean? Some
Yeah.
blackberry molasses.
Take it back for real, for
Yeah,
real.
yeah.
All right. Bobby V in. Let's see. Mario in. Lil Wayne or Rick Ross?
Oh man,
Doesn't get
that's-
easier.
Come on, Wheezy, man.
Oh, that
Touch.
was easy.
Yeah,
okay,
Tunchy,
well,
man.
backyard. I
Yeah.
figure you got to give him that. What about this one? Ja Rule or Shanti? It's hard to split them up.
Yeah, man.
What
I'm gonna just have to not do the show if we can't all rock.
You going to plead the fifth on
I'm
that
gonna
one?
plead the fifth on that one, man.
Okay. Lloyd playing around the ass out. We got Jasmine Sullivan or Fantasia.
Oh wow. I'm actually scared to answer this question because I think Fantasia can fight.
I know she can
Bro, I
fight.
think she'd kick my ass
If you don't pick her.
if I don't pick her. Yeah,
Who,
straight
by
up.
the way, like just an amazing job at Aretha Franklin's
And she
funeral
also did a
service.
great job at Black Girls Rock.
Yeah,
which I was a attendant. So, man.
So to avoid
but you
getting
know
knocked
what?
out, you gonna go
It's-
with Fantasia?
Well, no, I mean, I really love Jasmine. I always have loved Jasmine.
Isn't she the one that break the window in your car or something? Isn't that the single Jasmine had?
Yeah, but she's also a sweet person too.
Okay.
She's insecure. That's her new thing. Yeah, so I like Jasmine.
All right, Beyonce or Mary J. Blige?
Damn, I love B. I love B. She's like Michael Jackson, for real. There's no greater.
Wow, you put her in. A lot of people do. As far as a female doing her thing.
Yeah. Well, females don't get their just due anyway. So, it's like Serena. It's like, let's just say she's the greatest to ever do this thing.
Yeah.
However, Mary J's music has spoken to my life more.
Okay.
I mean, my life, all that kind of stuff. Just, I gotta go with Mary.
Mary J.
Yeah, I gotta see the bop. I gotta see the,
Uh.
the little bop she do when she rock. Yeah, I
that's
love
what's
Mary.
up.
Yeah.
Hey, can we all put our hands together? He survived our round the ass out. Wasn't that hard, man. True, make sure you pick it up. How can they follow your dreams, man? As far as Instagrams, all your socials, how can they be down with you, bro?
Curly-headed black boy. I'm on Instagram. Lloyd_YG on Twitter.
Yeah.
Facebook. Apple Music, of course.
Yeah.
Spotify. All the platforms. True is out everywhere. Y'all check it out. And tell somebody you love them.
See, they calling up trying to get it right now. That's what they doing. And I'm going to tell you right now, one of the best cats to go on stage and do this thing with or without the guitar by far. You know what I'm saying? And anybody want to ask about the album cover? What was it?
That's
the
not
vision?
going to be you, huh?
Someone wanted to acquire
anybody
your vision for that. What made you want to put that together like that?
Well, as a man, sometimes it's hard to be expressive, emotional, vulnerable. To be fearless.
Mm-hmm.
We carry a lot of fear with us every day. And I just think it can be such a hindrance to growth, to expression, to creativity even. Success. Also, fear can keep you from that and
Absolutely.
from love, from really, really loving another person and loving yourself. So that was just really me embracing self-love on just a whole nother scale.
Yeah.
And my guitar is, my music is an extension of my spirit. So, it's just me and my guitar. And in a lot of ways, that's reflective of the music also. It's stripped down, to just about the lyric, the song,
Lloyd breaking this
the
shit
guitar.
down, right?
And the feeling. So
absolutely, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So now your question has been answered, okay, Paulina? So Saturday, she does our middays, by the way, man. So she been holding it down, man. So
What's
big ups
up,
to
Paul?
Paulina. Yo, Lloyd, hanging out with Romeo, the KDay Morning Show. Make sure y'all pick it up. Continue to follow your journey. And whenever you're back in LA, this your house, bro. Come through. We got you.
Thank you.
And we appreciate you taking time out stopping by. Is that cool?
Yeah, man. Romeo, thanks for having me, man.
All day.